What if I told you you can make money playing video games? You would think it's impossible, or you need to have a huge following over on Twitch. But with Kick and the
And what's up, fight fans? And we're back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. Gonna let people come in and join us, and we're gonna get this episode on the way. What's up, fight fans? And we're back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. Gonna let people come in and join us, and we're gonna get this episode on. What's up, fight fans? And we're back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. Let's get it on the way. Listen, this highly anticipated matchup between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. They kicked off the press conference. The next stop, I believe, is in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, a lot of people are starting to comment on Ryan Garcia's weird behavior about wanting the fight so bad in Las Vegas, right? Okay. All right. First of all, the rumors about that could be true in a way, okay? Let me break down something about fighting in Las Vegas and fighting in New York City. The tax laws are different, okay? If you're fighting in New York City, you're gonna pay taxes. If you're fighting in Vegas, you're not gonna pay taxes. You know, so there's a difference. You know, so and then at the same time, if you fight in Las Vegas, the fight could be a little bit more profitable. They think, right? But I believe New York City is gonna sell out just as fine, and the pay-per-view is gonna be the pay-per-view, regardless if it's in Las Vegas or if it's in New York City. You know, the same amount of people are gonna tune in. Um, depending where you fight in New York City, I believe they're gonna be fighting in the Barclays Center, um, or Madison Square Garden, where all the legends fought. A lot of legends did fight in the Barclays Center, though. Okay, now the fight itself. Look, Ryan Garcia. A lot of people are saying it. You know, whether or not he's ready for highly skilled, uh, decorated champion as Devin Haney. Now, Devin Haney has been tested throughout his career. Young Devin Haney wanted to fight Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko once upon a time when he was 19 years old. In fact, he was so much of a threat that Vasily did not take the risk on fighting Devin Haney, and he chose and opted to franchise his WBC world title, and he vacated the championship, which were young Devin Haney was then upgraded to the WBC 135-pound champion once upon a time ago. And since then, he has not looked back. He has unified all the belts, vacated them, and moved up. And now we are here. Ryan Garcia, they're giving him claim to boost up the fight, of course, that he was once upon a time a WBC interim champion, right? It was one of the lowest forms of interim belts. Not even considered a real interim championship. That's how low it was. Okay. So he gets that, and that's the only thing he's gotten throughout his career, and they're gonna probably bring it up. Okay. Um, look, let's get right to it. A lot of people are starting to question Ryan Garcia's durability, being the fact that he went down with that body shot against Tate Davis. A lot of people, I've heard a lot of different arguments, and people have been going back and forth on their opinion of whether they consider him a quitter or did he save himself from a beating that was going to happen. Because okay, some people view it as okay, he's not a quitter, right? Ryan Garcia saved himself from an embarrassing moment. More memes, and an even brutal way of getting knocked out. He saw in the situation he was in, yeah, he probably could have got up, right? But for what? To get knocked out even brutally? Because he knew he couldn't continue. So he decided to call it quits. Now, other people are viewing it as like, all right, if you're going to teach yourself to quit when shit gets tough, then you've never been in the fire. If you don't know how to fight through adversity, fuck it. If he knocks you out, he knocks you out. Then learn from that. But get up and fight. There have been many fighters that have been down in fights and come back to win. And Ryan Garcia wasn't willing to do that. He wasn't willing to put his star status or being maybe not possibly knocked out by Tank Davis that night, and he didn't want to go for it. So what does that say about you as a fighter? Devin Haney now is accusing him of being a quitter, in fact. Now that's exactly what he's bringing up. Devin Haney's at the press conference. If you haven't seen it, I encourage you to go watch it. Devin Haney's like, bro, you're a quitter. He says, when shit gets hard up in there, he says, I'm going to make you quit. I'm going to make you quit. And Ryan Garcia just keeps going on with the little theatrics he has. Kind of looks like he doesn't know what to say anymore. You know, soon he's going to be in front of Devin Haney. It's, we're in March now. You know what I mean? So tomorrow, that fight is right around the corner, and Ryan Garcia is going to have to answer to Devin Haney on that night. I think personally it might be a short night. Do I see Ryan Garcia getting past 6 rounds? Had this been like, I don't know, nah, I guess in no real occasion, I don't see Devin Haney letting up here. Devin Haney can't wait to show the world and to get fight fans back on his side. You know, after that controversial win over Vasily Tech Lomachenko. So I could see Devin Haney is if he sees the moment, he's gonna capture it because when he went into the fight with Regis Progress, right, he had him stunned and he dropped him in the fight. But some people like, you know, it was like 50-50 on both sides. Some people were like, man, he didn't go in for the kill. You know, he should have went in for the kill. And other people were like, they were cool with him playing it smart, not giving Regis Progress an opportunity at a lucky punch. You know, so some fighters say he needs to have that more killer instinct if he wants to be more fan pleasing, Evan Haney. So, you know, I heard both sides of it, but once he became the 140-pound champion, you know, all roads right now are leading either towards Rian Matias to Yefima Lopez or Devin Haney after this fight, if he's successful against Ryan Garcia. Because now we can't count out Ryan Garcia. Okay. Oh, look, Ryan Garcia is the type of fighter, right? One, he's young enough and he does possess enough skill and understanding about boxing. Whether or not certain things will click right now for him, which will make it a lot easier for him as a fighter. I believe Ryan Garcia could be a better fighter, right? If he's not overthinking. Had he been more of a person that trained in the gym and it became more just fluid, he would have been a lot better fighter. But here's the thing. I've seen cases where I saw like a fighter real early in their career and they were green, right? The very next time I saw that very same fighter, yo, he impressed me. It came together for him. He looked like he made a lot of leaps and bounds and strides. Ryan Garcia is young enough, talented enough that he can make big improvements. Whether or not they're going to be big enough to surprise Devin Haney. You know, Devin Haney is a really skilled boxer, well seasoned, well coached. He's been in and out of some of the best gyms in the world. He see the thing about Devin Haney is that he's been in the ring with the likes of all of them. Whether it's sparring or actually fighting them, their paths have crossed. Bill Haney as a father, manager, and putting young Devin Haney in these situations where that he got that kind of training. For God's sake, Devin Haney's been in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. They've sparred. He's gotten coaching from Roger Mayweather. All the minds, all the coaches and all the fighters. Do you remember? I remember there was a picture of young Devin Haney walking Sweepy Pernell Whitaker to the ring. Devin Haney had the Ringside magazine. He was a baby. He was a kid. I don't know. He was like 9 years old or something. Devin Haney. That's Sweepy Pernell Whitaker right there. He's been around those kind of men since he was that big. Just hearing guys talk and watching them in the gym and starting to, no wonder Devin Haney's only all of 24, 25 years old, and he's already had 4 belts. I don't think he's getting enough credit. Sometimes people judge him harshly on some of those performances, but you got to remember, that's a kid. That could be your son. Devin Haney is young as hell. So Ryan Garcia and him, as far as coming up together, sparring in the amateurs, having history, knowing one another, um, you know, their two careers went into two different paths, as you can see. Unfortunately, I don't think that Ryan Garcia was as dedicated as young Devin Haney and the kind of father that Devin Haney had. Devin Haney's father used to work with like artists and rap, pop stars and things, and he knew the inside about the business, right? So that was good for him in that aspect. And he just put the young Devin Haney around a bunch of killers and was some of the smartest boxing minds the United States has to offer. And they just poured everything into Devin Haney. And this is what you're seeing. He is truly, truly, he might not have the most greatest, like, of jaw dropping knockout, but he has power. As you can see, Regis Progress's face after the fight. Yo, he was bubbled. He was like that, right? So Devin can pop. And with this new weight, this will be, another good fight at the 140 and for future potential fights. Now, I understand I want to talk about Ryan and Devin Haney, and I don't really want to veer off the fight, but there are honorable mentions here, like Teofimo Lopez and Subriel Matias, right? Okay, I heard Bill Haney on the interview, and I heard him talking with the gentleman explaining how they made an offer to Subriel Matias's promoter at the time. Okay, they make him an offer, and Oct TV comes on, makes this whole video about it. I watched the whole thing. And if you didn't know about the situation, that would have sounded true as hell. You'd have been like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people watching it was like, wow, yeah, I can see where Devin Haney sent him an offer and Subriel is ducking him. Well, no, let me fill in the blanks for you, the missing parts that they're not telling you, okay? Because I personally know some of these guys myself, okay? All right, here's what happened. During the time that Devin Haney contacted Subriel Matias, Devin Haney didn't have an opponent. He needed an opponent. But what had happened was Subriel Matias, right, and his promotional company were going through a transition. Now, Eddie Hearn had contacted them and was telling them, listen, we're thinking about signing your boy, right? During that time, he hurts his hand, right? So here he is with a messed up hand, and his promotional company doesn't want to do any fights because Eddie Hearns is saying, if you do business with them, you're gonna lose money because I can get you more. But I gotta work out the things to sign your boy. So at the time that Bill Haney made the phone call, the reason why he never got a phone call back, because he was gonna get the call from Ed Hearns next. That's who was going to make the next phone call. What they was asking him to do is pump his brakes. Now, at the same time, how the hell you want to get two men on the phone when only one of them speaks English? Subriel Matias is boxing promoter. Have anybody go see him when he signed with Ed Hearns? He's right next to Subriel. He needs a translator. He can't speak a lick of English. So how the hell is Bill Haney saying that he negotiated something with Subriel's promoter when the man don't understand him? So that's bullshit number one, Bill Haney, right? So, and then he goes, oh, we didn't get no shit, you didn't get a call back. He didn't understand anything you were saying to him. Then the man goes and puts his phone number, Subriel's promoter's phone number, on the fucking internet. Like he's saying something. Like they did something. Bro, you got this man during a transition of promoters. Subriel couldn't do any business back then. And he was coming off an injury. Teofimo Lopez tried that same little antic. Oh, made him an offer. He said, my hands hurt. Oh, I got to go. You see how they trying to slide by Subriel? They don't really want that smoke. But here's the thing. Here's the honest thing. I don't believe Devin Haney's scared of him. I can say all of that to call Bill Haney on his shit. Yeah, I can, right? But Devin's not scared of Subriel. It's Bill Haney that's scared of Subriel. That's who's scared of Subriel Matias. It's Bill Haney, right? When a man kills another man in the ring, and this is your son, you're like, I know my son is good. You know, you that's on some Rocky shit. You know what I'm saying? And if he dies, he dies. Like, yo, bro, like, are you gonna be so reluctant? I mean, if Devin Haney was my son, I wouldn't doubt his skills neither. And I believe in Devin Haney. I believe in him, bro. And look, and I always said this, wait until he gets his man strength. He's a baby. He's gonna get stronger. And I think we're gonna get another end. We're gonna get a lot of Devin Haney, bro. Watch. I'm trying to tell you, he is something special. I just always said that Devin Haney wasn't a finished product because I expect him to even get better. Okay? Now, you could say what you want about Subriel. Devin Haney, Bill Haney's been on. They call him the one man, the one punch, whatever. You know, they want to try to like downgrade his ability. But make no mistake, they got him on his radar. He's someone eventually they're going to have to come across. And one thing I can honestly say about Devin Haney, it's true. He doesn't duck anybody. He fights everybody. You what did you say? I want him? Okay, bring him in the ring. Bop, 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 bop. Who's next? Him? Okay, come on. It truly, truly. Listen, if a 19-year-old Devin Haney can punk you for your belt and you vacate it just not to fight him, he's 19 years old at the time. You should have fought him then. Then Devin Haney, right? Not to take any criticism, gives him a shot, not at one belt, but at full. That's how confident Devin Haney was. Like, yo, I was gonna beat you then, like I'm gonna beat you now. You see? So I gotta admit, for the most part, Devin Haney's doing what he's supposed to be doing at this point in his career and at this age in his career. Because I want you to understand something, right? I understand fighters are fighters, boxers are boxers. But some boxers are much older and they've already gone through certain periods in their career. They're not going to clean out divisions. They're not going to fight all the number one guys. They don't have to. But at least they got to fight some of the baddest motherfuckers. Right? Okay? Because they might have already cleaned out divisions. Well, young Devin Haney is in the point where that the fans are asking for more blood. We want to see the best Devin Haney. We want to see this, right? Just this morning, my son tells me, Dad, man, he says, all I want to see is Tank Davis and Devin Haney, right? I said, unfortunately, they're not even in the same weight division anymore. But people are still talking about them. Devin has moved on. Tank Davis needs to get all those belts at 135. And Devin Haney has made it abundantly clear he cannot no longer make 135, nor would he ever entertain the fact that he would go down. He said if Tank ever wanted to fight him, he would have to come up. And after this video, after my video, if you have the time, I dare you to go back and watch Tank Davis versus Mario Barrio. Just go watch the fight. Just one round. Because I'm not asking you to watch the fight. What I'm asking you to do is look at Tank. He's blimped the hell up. He looked like a little meatball. Yeah, he does. Yo, his face is like this big. There's no signs of abs anywhere, right? He's just blimped. But amazingly, he didn't lose any speed. He didn't lose a step against Mario Barrio. He was accurate. His jab was on point. Yo, he's really talented, Tank, man. For him to blimp up like that, man, like he was maxing himself out. And he didn't look slow at all, man. He looked good. It took a little time for him to get warmed up, but I think it was just in his game plan. He was just dragging him out a little. Because he was sharp as ever at 140. I don't have any complaints on his performance. I don't have any complaints on his power, and I don't have any complaints on the way stylistic how he looked. But in his physique. And he doesn't look in like the best shaped version of Tank Davis. You know, he just didn't. So, but Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney will be meeting up. Look, it's gonna happen. Ryan Garcia, it's I think he behind the scene he was trying to still see if he can get the fight in Las Vegas. And a lot of people started hinting around to the fact that he's trying to get out of this New York City fight, and fight him in September, right? Right, because or May 4th, I think it was May 4th, right? Okay, because we all know that Saul fights the first week of May and in September. Like those are when they want him to fight. Okay, so I don't know, but I do know this, that Ryan Garcia doesn't control anything. All he has to do is focus on the fight. I don't care if the fight's in New York City, and I don't care if the fight's in Las Vegas. It could be on a fucking mountaintop. What he needs to focus on is how to win. And one of the keys that he can is that he needs to take away Devin Haney's jab immediately and establish his jab. Now, anticipate that Devin Haney's going to try to come over yours, right? And like the Japanese superstar, when you throw him a jab and he comes over and he snaps the fighter in the side of the head? Ryan Garcia has to do that early to Devin to try to discourage him from throwing his jab. Okay? Now, the reason why I believe Ryan can do that to Devin Haney, because he's fast. He's really fast. Ryan is really fast. And in this case, I think he could just maybe outspeed Devin in that department. And Devin Haney has a mighty good jab, bro. And you know what Devin does really well? His distant management with his jab when he works it upstairs and downstairs. He has that one step where he stabs your body right at the bottom. So Devin knows that. He takes the one step in and then the one step back out. He's defensively responsible. Ryan Garcia, once again, one of the biggest concerns is that he keeps his chin in the air. He's constantly like this. And Luke Campbell knocked him out, you thought after that fight, right, that he would have corrected that. No. He's been in his last fight, he fought like that. And then he implemented the backward Philly shell style. Y'all remember that shit, right? What the fuck was that? What kind of style was that? You can't do that against Devin Haney, my man, and expect to survive. What's up, guys? Every fight is going to claim something. Look at every athlete or every fighter on fight night barely ever goes into a fight 100% if you want to keep it funky. I bet you Tank Davis wasn't 100% either. Every fighter, you just don't say anything. I can't remember when I was coming up in the amateurs and look, check this out. When you're a kid, we were fighting every Saturday. Every Saturday. That Saturday, the next Saturday, the next Saturday. We was fighting all like that. It was 3 rounds, yeah, and some headgear. But that's the amateurs for you. You would fight every fucking Saturday. And we after 3 or 4 months of that shit, we were hurt. Yeah, your fingers would be bent sideways. One guy be next to you going, look at my knuckles back here. Another guy got bruises off here. Boxing, So make no excuses. Did you go in the ring? Did you take the fight? You're responsible for the outcome. Errol Spence Jr. got in that ring with Terrence Crawford. We can all clearly see he wasn't himself. Did he take the fight? Yes. Did he get in the ring? Yes. Is he responsible for what happened on his half? Yes. Ryan Garcia can't say shit. Make no excuses. So you think that we should take his excuse? So I'm going to tell my boss, I'm going to be late to work because, it's the Ryan Garcia way. If he say it, it is, hey, We should take his word for it, right? You don't like Bill Haney? Um, Look, I always remember that when I view these fighters or these promoters or Bill Haney, he wears two hats. He's also Devin Haney's father. Okay. I also know that when the cameras are in his face, he's doing his promotional duties as selling a fight. I don't hold Bill Haney to that is how he is as a man or as a father or a husband. I understand that when I turn off this microphone, my reporting hat in boxing that stays here. If I were to see you in the street, what's up? Yo, what up, baby? How you doing? You want to do lunch? Blah, blah, blah. Maybe we might not even talk boxing just to get away from it all. You see? But I'm not going to hold him as a personal standpoint to some of the things he's just talking about other fighters. That's just the sport. Off the cameras, behind the scenes, pretty sure Bill Haney's a respectable, proud father of a young man that has achieved legacy and is on his way to the Hall of Fame, trying to keep his head grounded, keep all the women, the drugs, all the crooks, all the con artists away from your son and believing in your son to make the right decisions. He also knows when to turn on that promotional hat and the cameras turn on. Bill Haney turns into another person. And I'm old enough and wise enough to understand that. That if I saw him walking around off sports, talk, that's just the sport and what we say and talk. Sometimes it gets personal. Sometimes the lies come out. And sometimes a lot of these people have gimmicks to try to boost up their fighter, pad up a fighter's stats. I see these things happen all the time in the sport of boxing. But as long as you come here to this channel, you'll always have a guide and an insight on what's going on. And I'll always show you a different perspective of view on fighter situations. It's not all fighter situations are the same. Here we have, two fighters right now. And I believe that Ryan Garcia is a worthy opponent. He has a puncher's chance. I do see the fight a little lopsided. I'm inclined to say 70-30. I want to give Ryan Garcia a little bit of a benefit of the doubt and say 60-40. Going on a limb here, man. I just want that when Devin Haney beats him, that he gets the credit he deserves. Wasn't this the fight everybody wanted to see? Didn't Ryan Garcia ask for this fight? And did they give him what he asked for? He fought his way up the rankings. He beat the fights he needed to fight. And here we are. So when he wipes him down, don't say, oh, he beat a nobody. No, he beat it, the highly rated, the one most anticipated fight, biggest fight of the year. And please give Devin Haney his flowers. Now, there's a flip side to that coin, baby. If Ryan Garcia pulls the upset, all of a sudden we're watching the fight. We're in the fourth, fifth round. Devin Haney's having his way. Ryan Garcia's on the ropes. Devin Haney ducks down. Ryan cocks back. Wow, hits him. Oh my God, Devin Haney's legs are wobbling. Ryan Garcia's moving in for the kill. The crowd is screaming. Devin Haney's throwing punches. He's missing. Devin Haney's grabbing, holding Ryan. Ryan spins off, hits him to the body. Devin Haney goes down. He gets up after the 8 count. Ryan Garcia's on the attack. Bill Haney's yelling. Ryan shells. Devin Haney shells up. The bell rings. Ding. Like, yo, that would be crazy. Look, I've seen a lot of things in the sport of boxing happens. Real crazy shit, okay? And I gotta admit, I never thought Francis Ngannou was gonna drop Tyson Fury. When you guys saw that shit, were you not impressed? Can I get a hard one? Can I get some likes in here? Yo, that was crazy. Yo, and then um the look on Tyson Fury's face of shock when he was like, because he couldn't believe 1 second he was in front of him and the next minute he was on the ground. He was like, how I get here? How the fuck did I get on the floor? Like, you know what I mean? Crazy. Yo, Francis Ngannou told him,
You want to feel how hard I can punch?
yo, I'm trying to tell you, because like I've seen some pretty shocking moments in sports, so I'm 100% aware what an upset could be, and I'm 100% aware that Ryan Garcia is just talented enough to pull some shit off. You know, I've said this. He's very talented, very fast. He does have a good understanding of the game. And I've seen this firsthand. I seen like a kid, an athlete from one summer to the next just go leaps and bounds. And it was just like a big transition from the next time I saw him. And if Ryan could just gets better defensively sound, tuck his chin in just a little bit more. I don't like that approach where he's like this, and then he gets like kind of like cocky and arrogant at some point in the fight where he feels like you have to walk into his check hook. You're gonna have to disguise it more a little bit. Everybody's onto you, Ryan. Everybody knows you got that check hook. You're gonna have to set that up. He can get that same check hook off. He's just gonna have to present it different to Devin Haney, just rather than just throwing the check hook out there. Put it together with something. He's gonna have to mix it up. Um, um, Devin Haney understands how to make reads. He knows how to make adjustments in the fight. Great coaches like the Mayweathers taught him these kind of traits and disciplines in boxing. He is patient. I seen Devin Haney battle tested though. When Lomachenko had him like in the 11th round, I could hear young Devin Haney telling his father, he knows what I'm doing, Dad. And his dad was just reminding Devin Haney, son, you're Devin Haney. You're Devin Haney, son. Figure it out. You look, and it's true what, you know, the concept about boxing is. Listen, I can teach you how to throw a jab. I can teach you every punch in the book. I can teach you your footwork. I can teach you how to build your stamina. You got to believe in yourself to put it all together on fight night. You're the one in the ring throwing those punches. I can teach you everything. If your mind doesn't fight a certain way, if you don't like fluently, right? You're like pop, block, boom, pop, boom, block, pop, fluid. You're not thinking about it. You're just doing it. He makes one mistake, your body just snaps off at him. You can't do that in front of me. You see? And that's where you train so rigorously that on fight night, it's like a walk in a park. Everything slows down for you. You start to understand, and that's what developing a fighter is. That's kind of what I needed Ryan Garcia to understand. that he needed to fight and be put in boxing situations to know how he can rise up out of them, how to beat them. You see? And then once you experience something in life, you can't fool me again with the same trick. I already seen that trick. You see? That's where experience comes in. Ryan Garcia doesn't have that top level experience like a Devin Haney does. Devin Haney have fought in the best of the best that the divisions have had to offer. And he's been hurt in fights and won the fights. He didn't concede in the fact that, no, I was hurt. I'm up on the scorecards. Let me play it safe. No, he went to Linares. Boom, 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 boom. And I don't think Devin Haney's competition and Ryan Garcia's competition is just not even on the same playing field. So when you look at it through those set of lenses, you're gonna say, wait a minute here, Devin Haney's clearly the better, you know. But like I said, um, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes Ryan Garcia, he's doing all these antics, and it really takes me away because I'm looking at him and I'm saying he's the same Ryan Garcia. He's the same Ryan Garcia that fought Tank Davis. He looks like the same, and that Ryan Garcia that came in and fought Tank Davis cannot fight Devin Haney. You need to see a better version of Ryan Garcia. We do. We need to. He's gonna have to come. This is gonna be one of those cases where the more experienced fighter and the promotional company, the kid wanted to fight so much. Kid that cried wolf, right? I want to fight. Why? And, bro, you all this is what you want? All right. It seems like that's gonna be the case. And hopefully he learns from this. No. Why would he want this fight right now? I have no idea. But we're going to get it. We're going to get it. You guys, the people wanted it, and here we are. But interesting enough, right? Okay. Skill wise, this is why I know the world is broken and the boxing system is broken, right? Check it out. Skill wise, what are the odds in Las Vegas against Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia? What are the odds on them two, right? Then they got fucking one time Keith Thurman and Tim Zoo. They got Tim Zoo at 8-1. They got one time Keith Thurman at 8-1 underdog and betting odds. That seems like that would be the betting odds for Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. But they got the betting odds on that fight much closer. It seems like it should switch. Listen. Yeah, Keith Thurman's been away from the game for a long time. And I'm questioning his where he's at as a fighter. Yeah, I am. Yes, I am. I'm not sure what he'll look like, right? I thought the same way leading into the fight against Mario Barrios. I thought that one time Keith Thurman had been away, Ring Rust was really going to show itself. And I had to admit, Keith Thurman didn't look bad against Mario Barrio. I mean, Mario Barrio is really coming into his own as a man. He was a kid when he fought Tank Davis. He was undefeated at the time. And Keith Thurman came in there and he showed me that he still had it. Now, he has almost the same amount of time away from the ring as when he came into the Mario Barrio fight. Okay? I would say now, I can't compare Mario Barrio to Tim Zoo and styles. I just can't compare them, right? I think they got both two unique different styles, and there would be a lot to talk about. Okay. But as far as opponents' durability, um, wow, that's pretty tough. I think Mario Barrios is a good fighter. I think he's a hell of a fighter, and I like his style. I think he's a smart fighter, but I think Tim Zoo's ring IQ is just slightly higher. And I think his counter punching is just slightly higher than Mario Barrios. I think Mario Barrios has a better jab, shit like that. I think his footwork might be a little, and I like how he fights long, and that's talking to his style. But as far as that, I'm not in agreement with an 8-1. I might put some money on fucking Keith Thurman. 8-1? What? And they got Ryan Garcia a lot closer with Devin Haney. Hell no. I would have put the one-time Keith Thurman fight a little bit closer, and then I would have made Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia 8-1. I'd have made Ryan Garcia an 8-1 underdog in that fight. Hell yeah. And I probably would be comfortable with it. Yeah. You guys are gonna see. You'll see. You'll see what I'm talking about when I'm talking about Devin Haney. And I'm calling it right now. When he beats the man and the way he beats the man, give him his flowers, Devin Haney. Because if Ryan Garcia pulls it off, we all gotta give him his flowers. I'll fucking tune bright and early, whoop, and make a special episode just for Ryan Garcia, right? Because I'm not gonna shy away from it. You know, may the best man win. You know, um, Ryan Garcia. As long as Ryan Garcia's in that ring with him, he got a chance. He's in the fight, right? This is just gonna be a tough fight. It's gonna be a tough one, a doozy, you might say. yo, 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 Ryan Garcia. Nah, I'm not gonna say. Well, I'm gonna wait until what happens in LA. And after they get back from that, I have a couple more things I wanted to chime in on. But as far as that, that's how I see the fight. I don't see this fight going the distance at all. I don't think that the refs or the judge are needed in this equation. I think they could take five. And I believe firmly I can say that. And that's what we're going to get. One way or another, either Devin Haney's going to stop him, knock him out, or Ryan's going to quit. Those are my three. And then there's the fucking the other factor, the what if. What's up, my man? How y'all doing out there? Thank you for tuning in to Round One Sports Talk. I only want Javante to win, so off their losses, they fought each other 6 times. Yeah, they did. They did fight each other 6 times in the amateurs. You ever fight a kid in like the 4th grade? And all of a sudden, maybe, or a girl, if you're a woman, whatever. You ever fight a kid when like you were young, and then that dude tries to punk you when you're a man? You look him right in the face and say, "We ain't those little kids anymore," right? I can't say just because they fought 6 times as they were children, right? That means anything today. They are nowhere near the same fighters they were in some amateur 3-round bouts. It has absolutely nothing with the equation. They don't even they, they don't even fight, not even remotely the same way. In 3-round fights, they're basically like two chickens with their heads cut off. Son, go out there. It's only 3 rounds. Give it everything. Ah! There's no There's no feeling out process. There's no being patient. No, this is the amateurs, and they score if punches landed here. Every punch landed counts. Boom, 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 boom. They're like rock'em sock'em robots. Yeah, it's just a different. It's a different style of fighting in itself. I give Ryan all the respect in the world, but the reason where the doubt comes on, it doesn't come from my behalf. Doesn't come from our behalf. This doubt comes from Ryan. What we've seen unfold throughout his career, the mental breakdowns, the jumping from gym to gym, the rumors that come out of the gyms every single time, the performances that we see, it all starts to add up. This criticism has only come because it's based off of him. He did this to himself. Had he been more active as a fighter and at least in the gym, win, lose, or draw, we would be backing him more. We would be saying, yeah, that's fucking Ryan right there. He's a dog. He's been in wars. He's been battle tested. He's been knocked down. He got up. He lost, but he still was fighting. Ba 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 ba. But that's not what we're saying because that's not what we're seeing. Now, is it? Can I get some likes up in here, man? What's up? All right. How you doing? My man. James, what's up? I don't want to mess up your name, H, but what's up? I don't want to mess up this guy's name neither, but what's up, A? Look, the criticism, don't take my criticism of me being critical on a fighter and what a fighter's doing and say, "Oh, he's biased or he's judging him." Right? I'm only bringing you what he's doing, what they said about him, and what we see with our own two eyes in his performances. Were you in agreement that since the time that Ryan Garcia has started his professional boxing career, that he has jumped leaped and bounds and gotten a lot better to this point in day from his last fight? From the time you've seen Devin Haney enter professional boxing to the fighter he is today, have you seen him change leaps and bounds? Go. Hell yeah, man. I seen Devin Haney evolve as a fighter throughout the years with each fight. I can't say that about Ryan. I'm sorry, unfortunately. But I do reintegrate this and I bring it in that he's such a talent. Ryan Garcia, such a he has God gifted talent, right? That if it does click, I'm not saying he can win the fight, but I'm saying he can put a better fight together. If Ryan can stay focused and believe in his game plan and not veer off, believe in his training, and I mean that. There's gonna there might be times in the fight where Devin Haney puts him in a dark place in the fight. And, being the fact that you quit in one of your fights, will that play in the back of your mind? Will you say, well, I'm getting my ass whooped again and I can see my way out? We paid pay per view as fans, money. We bought tickets to see your fight. We want to see you fucking fight. I don't want to see you quit. I didn't pay to see you quit. That's the truth. I'm rooting for you. If I'm a Ryan Garcia fan, I'm watching my favorite fighter. Damn it, get up. Don't give me an explanation after the fight. I don't want an explanation. I want a victory as a fan. And is that going to come into the play in the fight? Is Devin going to put him in situations where Ryan doesn't rise to the occasion? This could hurt him depending his outcome. He's at that point in his career where he can lose fans or gain fans. See? So he's got look, like I said, who asked for this fight? Ryan Garcia. He kept pushing, poking the bear. Kept poking the bear. I kept telling him, stop fucking with Devin Haney. Stop fucking with Tank Davis. No. Yo, since he's been in boxing, I don't know why. Every time a camera's in his face, I don't know why. I just want to fight Tank Davis. I don't know. I don't know. He got to beat me now before I'm young. Then Tank Davis called his bluff and sent him a contract. Remember the first time, and Ryan denied it. Said he wasn't ready. After saying for like 3 fights in a row, I don't know why. I want to fight Tank Davis. I want to fight Tank Davis. Tank Davis said, contract. He said, nah, I can't fight Tank Davis. Then the second time they tried to make the fight, he fought Tank Davis. Oh, he asked for this. So I can't say that, this is an unfair advantage, that he wasn't ready, that they put him in too early. Ryan took that away from all of us. By him demanding this fight, he asked for the smoke. You ever hear that expression? Fuck around and find out? Fuck around and find out. That's what he's about to find out. So look, and then in other news, I want to clear a couple other things, right? Everybody's trying to guess who Canelo Alvarez's next opponent was going to be and everything. And Jaime Munguia, all the names came out, right? Now look at the situation where what he's in, right? Now I'm being told that the reason why he left the PBC is he wants to get paid as a global superstar, pay-per-view money and all that, right? But he doesn't want to fight superstar fighters. See, the agreement with the PBC was they had 2 more fights for him. They said, we'll let you fight Berlanga if you have to fight David Benavidez the next fight. And you got to give us that fight. He said no. He wants to fight Tomato Cans and he wants to fight Berlanga, but he wants to get paid like he's fighting David Benavidez. Al Heyman said no. Then he went to Golden Boy and they said no too. Then he went to Amazon Prime and even the Saudis in them, they're like, yo, Canelo, we fuck with you. We will pay you the money. Just fight these fighters. And the reason why Canelo is moving around to the promotional companies is because he only wants to fight one fighter now. Ed Hearns, his buddy, is setting Berlanga up. Eddie Hearn don't give 2 shits about Berlanga. He's expendable. He wants the Canelo fight. And he wants to be able to host it. Eddie Hearns. And Ed Hearns is saying to Canelo, yo, Canelo, I'm not dumb neither. I'm not going to give you $35 million guaranteed to fight Berlanga because that's what he's asking for. $35 million guarantee up front to fight Berlanga. They said, like, are you fucking crazy? We'll give you $35 million guarantee to fight David Benavidez. That's $35 million guarantee money. Plus, you're getting the pay-per-views and all that shit, right? The reason why Canelo Alvarez is because he hasn't found the sucker yet. Canelo in his mind is like, I want to get paid. You want payday. You want payday. That's where Canelo's at right now, ironically. He wants to get paid like a superstar, knowing you didn't sell out your last fight. Canelo Alvarez didn't sell out. He's been having trouble lately. And then you see where that comes in? If all the look at the red flags. Look at the red flags. If all these promotional companies can't come to an agreement with you, what's the problem? And it's starting to come out. He's bougie as hell. He wants superstar status money, but he doesn't want to fight anybody. And what's happening now is the promotional companies and everybody, I think, are locking him out now. And I think that the belts are finally in cahoots. I'm not sure. He's running out of places to hide. So much, in fact, see, he's fucking with people's careers. Because, David Benavidez, I believe, is in training right now. He's supposed to be headlining a card. And then if he gets the phone call any day, talk about Canelo, but then you just came off that card. Well, they just put Demetrius Andre as the main event. Yeah, you could do that. Right? So, Canelo's never fighting him. And he's looking for this money, and he's thinking that these Saudi Arabian dudes are going to be dumb enough to pay him maximum money to fight nobody. And these guys are not going for it. So now I guess he signed the deal allegedly to fight who? Ed Hearn's guy, Berlanga. And I don't want to see that fight. He's going to beat Berlanga easy, hands down. It's just another cherry pick. It's just another excuse. And it's just, I don't even know. I don't even want to talk about him no more. So listen, fight fans. Look, throw him in with Matias at some point. Garcia? Listen, if Garcia got serious with the sport of boxing, sure, why not? But I wouldn't want to send that kid to get in there and get hurt. If he doesn't show me that he's not stepping up and that he can defend himself against Matias' onslaught, no, I'm not going to put you in there with Matias. Matias doesn't play any games. He doesn't know how to be fake. He comes from the mean streets of Puerto Rico, bro. Where in the barrios they got AK-47s and bulletproof vests. When you coming in and you better know somebody, you got to walk down a fucking yellow line. You can't even walk on the sidewalk. Everybody in the neighborhood got to see you first walk into the neighborhood type shit. That he's been shot, what, 4 or 5 times already? Like, he doesn't know how to play around. So if Devin, Ryan Garcia is thinking about doing this YouTube shit where they start talking shit and then they see each other in the hallway and go, yo, I'm just trying to sell the fight, he might get punched in the mouth because Matias is not on that playing shit. He's a serious dude. He's a killer. He's not on that shit, baby. Nah. Look, I said he's a killer. Matias Bell fell down, the owner of the IBF. That says, yo, he'll kill Ryan. Yo, I wouldn't, but I wouldn't have a problem putting Ryan Garcia in there if he was in the gym every day, training, fighting, and he was maximizing on his potential and his skills. Ryan Garcia, make no mistake, has power. He has power, and we all know it. We all seen it. Ryan Garcia, better footwork. He gets these things. Sure, I would put him in to fight him. But like right now, hell no. Hell no. And neither would I put Rolly in, though. Okay, he's not the only fighter I wouldn't put in. There's a lot of other fighters I wouldn't put in with Subriel Matias. He's just a different creature. Subriel is really, he's just different. And then it's not, I'm not building him up like he's indestructible because he's beatable. You know, fighters like Devin Haney stand the best chance, in my book, to beat him. And Teofimo Lopez is in that equation too. Fighters like that have established themselves. And Tio, man, he gets these lackluster performances, and then you put him in with these dogs, and you expect him to lose, and that's when he really shines. So, and Jermaine Ortiz also showed, you know, but Matias is just he's a unique of the three things you need to pull off the style that he lives and dies by. You would need an iron chin to pull that kind of style off. The understanding of not throwing your punches, every punch with murderous intention. How to pop shot, then place your shots. He understands that. And his gas tank. He has the three things real high that you need to be effective in that kind of style that he has. You know what he's going to do. You just got to get to him first. Fighters like Ponce tried to weather him with a barrage of punches. If you thought that you were going to come in there with hard and a lot of punches and overwhelm him, we've seen him rise over that test and pass it. Seen him in there with hard-hitting punchers that came in on knockout streaks. He's beaten undefeated fighter after undefeated fighter. Subriel, know what he's going to do. Try to get to him first. Those three things I talk about executes very well. That's what makes him efficient. That's what makes him dangerous. That's what makes him Subriel Matias, the 140-pound IBF boogeyman of the division. Let's call him what he is. A lot of people, you got to get prepared to fight a man like that. You got to be prepared. You got to be well prepared. You got to be willing to understand this is what it takes to beat this guy. He's beatable. He's beatable. You just you gotta be ready. Can't be a front runner. Think that you could, no, can't. No, the only man I see qualified for that job as of right now is Devin Haney. That's the only man I really want to see Superdead fight. No, because I really don't think Tio will fight him. I would like to see Tio get his ass whooped by Superdead because that's what's gonna happen. Right? But Tio, I don't think Tio will fight him. I don't know. I don't know. Right? But I hope I clear some things up for you guys, fight fans. Listen, you guys got any more questions before I let you guys go here? Armando, what up? No, I didn't see that. Wait, that Ricky what? Oh, the promoter? No, I'm gonna go check that out. Matias from the Devil's Lair, not Puerto Rico. Matias from the Devil's. What the hell does that mean? Matias was born in Puerto Rico. I don't know. Maybe I missed something. Salute, baby. Can we get some likes up in here, man, guys? Couple likes? Huh? Yeah, give me the illest show ever. Yo, listen, guys. You know, There's gonna be a lot of great fights on these cards. And before I leave this show right now, honorable mentions for fighters to look out for: the Mason brothers. There's five of them. Abdullah Mason has four other brothers. Is one of his younger brothers was scheduled to fight. And if all his brothers fight the way it, that is going to be a serious wave of young men, coming up. You know, that's another like yeah, the Russells. The Russells are five brothers that are in boxing, and each of them got their own skills and traits, and they're good. You know, uh, and they're a boxing family. So as well as the Madisons. So keep an eye out for all five of them. They're gonna be making some noise. I really like him a lot. It looks like the Keyshawn Davises and the Xander Zions are in the Bruce Carringtons of the world. I got my eye on all these young, bright prospects because Japan is really making some noise right now. Um, and they're really like putting up some champions and some formidable champions. We got Elvis Rodriguez right now. He's gonna be trying to fight Subriel Matias in Puerto Rico. And Although I like Elvis as a fighter, he's a young, crafty fighter. He looks good, with the speed and everything, but I also understand he looks good because they're allowing him to do that in front of them. I want to see what he looks like when he's being pushed back and he's not being allowed to think. He's going to have to react his way out of certain boxing situations, and that the pressure that Matias is going to put on him. How well does he fight off the back foot, and can he keep that durability and endurance throughout the fight? Seeing that the fact that Elvis Rodriguez has never fought in a 12-round fight in his entire career. The toughest thing he's ever had is a 10-round fight. He's never been 12 rounds. He doesn't have championship experience. So that favors the Puerto Rican to be a Matias in this situation. He's had 5 12-round fights, and coming into this fight, the last 5 opponents, he may quit on the stoop. But there hasn't even been a man in his last 5 fights that have been even to end it, to make the 12 rounds. They've all quit. No mas. And he's going to really test this Elvis kid. This Elvis kid better be ready to go through war. Matias understands a lot of things inside of that boxing ring. And he's going to try to put his chest right on Elvis, right in front of him. And it's just going to cause Elvis to want to push off of him and to hit him hard. Because his coaches are probably going to be telling him, make him respect you. He's going to play right into Subriel's hand. Subriel wants to feel his power, pow, pow. He's going to be like, okay, pow, pow. That's all you got. And I'm trying to tell you, I think Elvis is, there's one thing I reserve for every fight. There's one variable that I always keep in mind coming into every fight. When you see your fighter next, you should see a better version of that fighter. And Elvis should be slightly better than what he once was. But also Subriel should be slightly better than what he once was. And I can't wait till they meet, and we'll see from there. So, fight fans, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Um, I always love being your host, Edwin, here at Round One Sports Talk. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Please give me a like on your way out. If you haven't already, click the bell notification icon so that you can be aware of all the videos when I'm dropping a new one. So, fight fans, I'm on to the next one after this one here at Round One Sports Talk. Peace.